What is currently up? Your boy's back again, who may or may not be a closeted homosexual furry, bring another tsunami wave of low quality content in order to fulfill government's demand of lowering the national average IQ. With that aside, today we're going to learn how to play Karma. With the objective of spreading Hinduism and bringing tech support up to another level, you are going to be roaming around the Summoner's Rift, claiming both teams' brain cells and your dignity alike, while doing fuck all, and still somehow winning off your top laner's backdoor. That is enough for the ideal situation for this kind of gameplay. Now let's get into the actual content. For the pre-game, you are going to run Ignite and Flash. Flash is a no-brainer, and you will be always taking it unless you are suffering from dyslexia. However, Ignite is a necessity for you to launch a Hinduism crusade and burn those who don't convert to your ideals immediately at stake. Just be sure not to flash Ignite a poor soul before your support takes the kill either way. For your runes, Eerie is a tried and true method to get one more layer of protection to keep your enemy team from completely ass blasting your allies and comrades. Comet is also viable if you're feeling extra nuke happy. However, if you're that kind of person that derives entertainment from being a fun please, run Glacial Augment to keep them from escaping you exerting your Indian justice upon their wallets. Just be sure not to do dumb shit and run this into some cancer mobility creep. The rest of the runes are your choice, but I will recommend Boots, Biscuits, or in some cases, Stopwatch, in order to enhance your financial liquidity. After sitting in the lobby and slowly losing faith in your team for 5 minutes, we are going to go through her gameplay. The first ability I am going to explain is her ultimate, Dyslexia. Karma chants some random ancient mantra and makes her next ability stronger. It doesn't seem like much, but this will be the pivotal point of her gameplay. Just make sure only use this when you actually need it for the scenarios where the enemy jungler camps you in order to exert their racial superiority. Karma's Q is Inner Flame. Karma calls upon the power of Gandhi and sets out a bomb, dealing religious damage to anyone in the explosion radius. However, when combined with her mantra, she infuses this ability with the true Robo Jesus nuclear technology, dealing increased damage and leaving the entire explosion area uninhabitable, slowing and damaging anyone that's retarded enough to walk back into it. This ability is your bread, your butter, and your everything. You'll be using this on your ult 90% of the time, and you'll be doing damage as long as your mind is not corrupted by the poison known as the British culture brought over alongside with their imperialism and smallpox. In other words, do not miss the ulted Q. It is retarded, and your teammates will resort to flaming you a lot faster than usual. Karma's W is a tether used by the local traditional police force to detain criminals, which is weaponized by you to fight your glorious battle. Karma links herself to an enemy, dealing almost no damage, but holds them in place and snares them if they remain in range. Use this ability to either disengage or keep enemies from trying to as you fire your Divine Fury against the Western world upon their tainted souls. When empowered, Karma will utilize this ability to magically heal herself for fuckton, coupled with a snare so long that they will literally die of old age if you don't kill them prematurely. This is often used to tilt the enemy teams and bait them into thinking they have the damage to kill you, only to watch you leaving them snared and walking out healthier than before the fight even started. Be sure not to try this against assassins, since they will probably kill you before you can get your heal off, especially if they're fed. Karma's E utilizes her tech support expertise to scam her allies, using a placebo effect to thinking they are actually more powerful than they thought, giving them some movement speed and also granting them a shield. When empowered, Karma puts a hotline on speaker, giving the speed and shield to every ally in the area, resulting in even more possible clients and to perpetuate racial stereotypes. Remember, this shield is not an excuse to play her support. You're a strong, independent woman who should prove to everyone that you're still capable of shoving nuke up their asses, and only support as a part-time job or when absolutely necessary. For build, buy a Ludus Echo since you're still, by any definition, a mage. Use a GLP and Twin Shadow instead if you're running Glacial and is willing to sacrifice damage and also your social status of a carry. Get a Liandry next to annoy the fuck out of your enemy team with a burn damage, since everything you do damage with have a CC on it. Then, pick up a copy of the Vedas to represent your culture and pair with Sork Shoes plus Voice Staff to penetrate any futile attempts of retaliation. If by this time you're still not done with the game, get a Death Cap to ascend into the Gandhi Megatron 2000 and drop 1k damage nukes on any squishies you see, as is in the way of Sid Meier's Civilization. Don't forget to flame your ADC if your team ends up feeding, since you can still use your support as an excuse to escape your responsibilities. And make sure you only use your damage on squishies, since you can't do shit to tanks, and late game your Q will reach Zoe levels of destruction. Alright, I'm gonna get myself the fuck out of here. Be sure to like and subscribe and obliterate that like button with whatever you have on hand. Goodbye.